Hey guys, Karina Gardner here, and today I'm going to show you a shape that I use in like all of my scrapbooking lines, paper products, my fabric lines. It's a shape that's really basic and so easy to make, and I want you to know how to make it too. So we're in Illustrator and we're drawing arrows today. Really simple ones. Okay, so let's get started. I have an artboard open. You can have any artboard you want open as well. And we're going to start with our rectangle tool. So come over to your rectangle tool. My ellipse tool's up, but yours should have your rectangle tool open. And I'm going to grab that. I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to make a square. Now for the sake of this activity, I'm going to show you guys how to make filled arrows, okay? So what I'm going to do is come over to my fill and stroke and I'm going to swap them to begin with. I'm going to click on my stroke so it's to the front. I'm going to push none so that all I have is this black square, okay? I'm going to go over to my selection tool. I'm going to hold down my shift key, come over to the corner, and you can see that the arrow has changed. This will allow me to rotate it. So use that rotation by just kind of coming over here close, rotate it 45 degrees, just like that. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is come over to my rectangle tool and I'm just going to create a really big rectangle. Now you can see that this point would be the front of my arrow, right? I'm going to grab my selection tool so I can select off of it. It doesn't matter where this rectangle is as long as it's past the points, okay? So I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to trim it. So let's go to Window, Pathfinder, and in your Pathfinder you're going to trim it down just like that and do an Object, Ungroup, okay? And what's going to happen is I'm going to pull it apart and you can see that I just have this triangle. Pretty great, right? You can actually delete this big rectangle. I'm just deleting it really quick. And now we're going to create some really cool things. I'm going to come over to my rectangle tool and I am going to create a short and fat arrow like that, okay? Now maybe you want something long. So we're going to grab this whole thing and do an edit copy, edit paste, just like this. We're going to actually paste it, a couple more times. Here we go. That way we have a base to work off. Now granted, you can make all sorts of different arrows, but I just want to show you some basic things you can do to change it up. So this piece right here can be long, right? We can do a long one. You can change this piece so that you can make it shorter, fatter, squattier, like this, right? So this is quite a different arrow than this one. If you come down here and you didn't want this base, you could take your pen tool and you could change it. So I'm going to delete this and I'm going to come over to, actually not even my pen tool, I think I'm going to take my pencil tool. My pencil tool is under my sharper tool for some reason, and so this is what it should look like. It should look like a pencil. Easy peasy, right? And you can take this and you can make some kind of fun, long, crazy, curvy piece. And you can see that right now they have none on both. We do want the stroke to be black on this. So go to Window and let's go to Stroke. And I'm going to just put, I don't know, we'll make it kind of fat. So 7. And let's change the color. So double click on that stroke and just make sure you get a black here by going all the way in the corner, or you can put in your hex number, a bunch of zeros, and push OK. And let's see. This is kind of a fat arrow for this, so we're just going to make it smaller. You can hold down your shift key if you want. You can rotate it without holding down the shift key to match kind of the angle of where that line is coming from. But you get the idea. Just mess around with that until it feels right. And that feels pretty good to me. The last thing you can do is you can use a filter on it. So I'm going to grab this piece. I'm going to make it nice and long. We're going to go to Effect, Warp, and I'm going to choose Arc to begin with. But you can see you can create a fun arc with it. You can change it to do a number of different things. You could do a rise effect. I think that's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to push OK. And then once that's done, you can just put it into place just like that. If you want to expand it, if this is the shape you want to work with, you can select it. You can see it still seizes the old highlight where the actual line is. If you want to change that and make this length the actual shape, you go to Object, Expand Appearance, just like that. And you can see now it highlights that way. But those are just some really easy ways to create a bunch of arrows. And I've used arrows in a lot of, I think, fabric lines and scrapbooking lines. So that is a fun way to do it. That's it, you guys. Super simple, super easy. I hope you're having fun playing around in Illustrator. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you sign up for my free Introduction to Illustrator course on my website at karinagardner.com. It's totally free because I just want you to get to know Illustrator the best you can. And subscribe to the channel if you want more videos. I put out an Illustrator video every single week. Okay, see you guys.